Probably nothing. Honestly, for the first few weeks, they'd probably be shocked that this is happening at all, considering how unlikely it is, and deny that it existed. When the asteroid was first discovered, the scientists would spend quite some time confirming size, speed, azimuth, force, orbit, and so on. As it became increasingly apparent what it was and what was going to happen, then the information would begin to leak out. At first the scientists would know the truth, then their lab assistants, family, and friends. The government would find out early and would turn more resources towards confirming the first scientists' findings. Meanwhile, although the scientists would have by now confirmed that the thing was, as Billy Bob Thornton says in Armageddon, a global killer, frantic efforts would be underway from the military while order still remains. They would be rapidly rehabbing old Cold War bomb shelters and restocking them. Even if all life is going to end, the important people will die last and in relative comfort. The president delivers his message. Meanwhile, most friendly nations who were briefed earlier would be delivering similar messages to their population. We have 5 weeks to live. At first there would be shock and tears, then denial. Most leaders would seek advice from their best scientists. A constant stream of both realistic and harebrained schemes to divert the asteroid, leave the planet, or find a deep hole would be put forth. The only serious plans would be to pray and dig deep, and both of them are useless. Within a few hours society would begin to break down. Politicians, soldiers, policemen, shopkeepers, merchants, factory workers would come to the realization that nothing they do matters anymore and that soon they will all be dead. There would be a rapid collapse of all systems: no air travel, no trucking of food, no clocking in for work, no need to defend missile silos, no need to guard prisons or even imprison psychopaths or scofflaws. Simultaneously many things would happen at once: mass suicides, looting of N0W abandoned food and liquor stores, massive fires burning out of control as there would be little or no fire control or coordinated response, massive environmental damage as abandoned tankers, ships, barges and so forth crashed against the shore, unmanned and untended. Abandoned oil rigs would be spewing oil into the sea. Chemical plants would be venting poison into the air and water. Nuclear power plants might melt down, irradiating thousands of square miles. The skyline would be ablaze and filled with smoke. Within days skyscrapers would be collapsing into the streets. There would be orgies and drug parties and constant boozing, but most of the food and booze would run out by week 7, with still a week to go. By now the streets are unpassable, there are wild dogs and rats eating corpses, of which there are thousands. Skylines burn out of control and the skies are filled with smog and smoke and the smell of burning plastic and rotting corpses. Perhaps the sky would darken at the end, there would be a deep rumble as the asteroid approached, and when it slammed into the earth massive quakes and tidal waves and hot gas shock waves would emanate from the strike point, reducing almost every building to a pile of burning rubble and crushing the survivors. Perhaps on the far side of the earth they must wait a few hours for the shock wave and the devastation. Perhaps the survivors of the initial blast die gasping as the atmosphere is blown away into space and a deep freeze envelopes a vacuum that surrounds the earth, and even the politicians in their deep minds succumb and die.